Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here in Central Park, New York. Yeah! Woo! And I'm here with my new friend,
Sabine.
Hey, Sabine, and you're at least 18. Know that we're filming. Okay, with this going online. Beautiful, Miss Sabine. How old were you when you started thinking about tattoos?
I always wanted tattoos growing up. I remember probably about 16, like knowing for sure that I wanted one. But I didn't get my first tattoo until I was 18.
Did you sneak out of the house to get it, or did you just get it?
I did actually.
You did?
It was like a few days before I left for college because I knew my parents wouldn't find out, and they eventually did, and now they're fine with it. But in the moment, it was a bit of a thing.
They weren't too happy at first.
No.
How long did it take them to adjust to the idea of you having tats?
Well, my dad has a couple of tattoos, so I feel like it was more like just making sure that I'm taking time to think about my decision of getting a tattoo and not just like getting them impulsively. So I feel like they're fine with it now because I have like the style that we do and they think it's fine. So
Nice. Which one is your first one?
So this one was my first one that I got.
Okay, tell us about that one.
So I
interesting one.
remember actually I had this picture saved on Tumblr for a while, and it was like something I would look at every day, and I loved the style of the art. So I thought it was kind of like representative of like humans being connected to nature and like life and death and all that. So I thought it was cool, and that's why I got it.
That is interesting because I was wondering what that explanation was, but now that you said that, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walk us through what else we have.
So a lot of the tattoos I have are by the same artist that did this one.
You want to give that artist a shout out?
Yeah, his name is Cookie. He is from the Hudson Valley at Graceland Tattoo. That's where like 90% of my tattoos
Now,
are
for
from.
those of us not from New York, where's Hudson Valley?
So Hudson Valley is like 2 hours up north, right up the Hudson River. That's where I'm from. I'm from Poughkeepsie. So
Okay.
I always go there to get my tattoos.
Got it. Okay, cool. Talk to us about the rest.
So I have a couple more. They're kind of like a random order. I think I got this Rose next because Rose is one of my middle names. 13, my lucky number is 13.
Okay.
This one I got, it was like Friday the 13th sale. It was like $13 tattoos. This one I got in Boston with my friends. I have a couple from like different places. This one is from Rhode Island. This one is from Thailand. One of my friends did this when she was like starting out tattooing. So I feel like I kind of have like stuff from.
So what's do we even have like? So what's this 1999, for example?
So that's when I was born.
Okay, and then under the sword under it, or
the sword. So originally I had like a bit of a different idea for this one. I wanted it to be more like whimsical, but the design that Cookie drew, the tattoo that did this one, or the artist that did this tattoo, he drew it kind of like more of a Damascus sword, and I ended up liking it. So
okay, so
we
you
like
kept
changed
it.
the design a little bit.
Now, so you got partial sleeves. Are you going to?
Yeah. So I feel like I don't really getting tattoos all at once isn't really like for me. I feel like it's really intense and you have to like be there for hours. So I feel like as soon as I get inspiration from one thing, I'll like add on here and there. Like this tattoo in Thailand, I never would have thought I would have gotten this when I was 18, but it was an amazing trip that I went on, and it's like a memory that I have now. So I feel like as I have new experiences in life, I like add to it little by little.
Now, is that a Taiwanese? Does that mean anything in Taiwan, or?
So it's this on the side is ancient Thai, and it was actually done by someone who they blessed it in Thai. I don't know the entire story, but it's like a sect of Buddhism, and it has like iconography that relates to Buddhism. So I thought it was really cool, and all of the designs that he had were really cool. So it's hard to pick just one, but it's all hand poked. He does it like with a stick and a needle attached to the end. So it's like a very traditional method. And it's probably one of my favorites.
How long did you have to sit for that one?
Actually, it was shorter than I thought. He works really quickly. I would say it was probably like 2 hours, which I feel like for a piece of his size, it seems like it went pretty fast.
That was pretty quick.
And it wasn't that painful, which was nice.
Now, here's the other thing. Are they cheaper, tattoos cheaper in Thailand?
I feel like I knew I would have to spend like a good amount of money just for like the artistry, and I know he's pretty popular in Thailand, so I wasn't expecting it to be like $50, but I feel like if I were to get something of this size in New York, it definitely would have been more expensive.
Got it. Okay. Now, some people tell me that they find the needle soothing or addictive. What's your thought on that?
I don't know. I feel like people are always looking for a comparison, like, oh, it feels like a bee sting, oh, it feels like a rubber band like snapping you. I don't know, it just feels like buzzing underneath your skin. I don't like it, I don't dislike it. I just know like the end result I like, so I'll sit through like a couple hours of pain.
Got it. So now, for you, what you put on, I think I know the answer, but is it art, inspiration, or a combination?
It's a combination. I don't have like a super deep meaning for everything. I feel like I have more of like a story about like where I was in the situation. And it's just stuff that I like and feels representative to me. It's not like a super deep story, but I feel like art doesn't always have to have a story. Like,
tell me this one. This is a dancing, or is he? What's going on with this skeleton?
This is a dancing skeleton. Yeah. So it's this artist I found online. He does all sorts of like skeleton art, and I thought it was really cool. He sells prints and stuff too. I forget his name, but I was really inspired by that. I guess I have a bit of a theme with like skulls and life and death, but I like it.
Now, for you, which one took the longest and the shortest time period?
The shortest, probably this one, just because I mean you can see the line work isn't that great. It was like kind of a rush job because they have all the people coming in for their Friday the 13th tattoos, so that probably took like 10 minutes or less.
Okay.
Honestly. The longest one, honestly, this one, since it was my first one, we took a really long time to get the placement right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I want to make sure like it falls right when my arm is down. I don't want it to look weird. But like now that I have so many, I'm like not as focused on like the actual like angle of placement. So I think this one probably took a long time just because I was like a little bit indecisive and I wanted to make sure everything was perfect. But now that I have, I think like over 20 tattoos, then I feel like more comfortable with everything.
So now for people who don't have a tattoo but maybe considering getting one, any advice?
I really like the idea of printing out a design you like, putting it on your fridge and looking at it for 3 months. And after then, if you still like it, then it's a good sign that like you're gonna like it on your body for the rest of your life. Like I totally understand people's thinking of saying like, oh, how are you gonna look when you turn older? What if you don't like the design later? But like if you feel confident in your decision and you feel like secure and like it's something you really like, I would say definitely don't get a tattoo just on a whim. But if it's an idea you've been thinking about and you find a good artist and you have like a good time like going to the shop and everything, like it can be a fun experience. It doesn't have to be something that you're gonna regret.
Okay, see, for me, watching something for 3 months, I would be anxious and rushing to get it. So how do you maintain the patience, like with doing, I mean, is it just like a process in your head? Because for me, I'd be looking at it every day and I'd be like, I want it.
I feel like, well, this one in this case, like I knew I had to wait because I had to wait to turn 18 anyway. But after that, I was kind of like, okay, like I feel like this system kind of works. Like to this day, I still love this tattoo and I feel like I made the right decision. So just like getting more comfortable as time goes on, like maybe I don't need to wait 3 months. Like I feel like this one I picked more on a whim. This is like one of my newer ones. But I knew like, oh, a moth would be, or like some kind of animal would be perfect to put right here because I didn't really have anything here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I like make my decisions. Like, oh, what do I think would look good here
in that
next?
space.
And then like,
Now I just noticed as you were turning some color somewhere down here, this one.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is, tell me about the hearts, because a lot of people don't do color.
Yeah, so I know this will be the only color one I ever get. And I knew like red, I think red was kind of trendy at the time when I got it because I think I was like 20 years old. But it doesn't really have like a super deep meaning. I just thought that the suits were kind of cool. And I was like, oh, it'd be fun if I had like a little pop of red to do the heart and the diamond. So it's not like super deep, but I just thought it was fun.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.